Hello, my name is Dr. Laura Gallo. I'm a faculty member at Boise State University, and I'm here to tape a series of 6 videos related to children's mental and emotional health and wellness during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is a video number 1 out of 6 videos related to the topic of children and their emotional health. Specifically, I'm focusing on the importance of communication, emotional regulation, and mindfulness activities throughout the series. Each video also contains a tips sheet that will help guide you through each of the activities and be a good reference point for the videos. So the first video is on the importance of yoga as a mindfulness tool that we can incorporate into children's lives. So there are many benefits to yoga. I've listed a few here. Yoga helps calm the mind. It helps improve mood. It helps connect the body and the mind. It teaches self-awareness. It helps relieve stress. It's good for your physical body, and it provides skills that children can use their whole lives. So the importance of yoga is really this mind-body connection and helping children be present in the moment. When they find themselves in a state of distress or being overwhelmed by their emotions, they can access the feelings and the sensations they had during mindfulness activities like yoga to help them calm themselves down. So an important part of a yoga practice is the warm-up. So instead of just jumping right into some different poses, it is good to get yourself in the right frame of mind. So what we can do with children is offer them a nice, quiet, calming place to be able to get situated into the yoga practice. So here's some tips for you. Feel free to modify this however is appropriate for you and your child. These are just some good tips that I've used in the past. So consider playing some calming music in the background. Find a really nice, quiet space that is big enough for your child to kind of spread their body out as much as they need to. If they have a yoga mat, that's great, but it's not necessary. You can use a blanket or a towel, or just lying on the floor works as well. So you want to start out in a comfortable cross-legged position on the floor, helping your child learn how to take deep breaths. So I always talk about filling your belly. So you want the air to come all the way down into your belly so that it's a really deep, full breath. So have them cycle through a few breaths and help them calm themselves and find a place of peace and quiet. I invite students or children to also bring an intention into their practice. So I have listed a few here that you might find helpful, but your child might also come up with their own, which is also great. So a couple that I listed here: I am full of love and joy. I'm happy to be alive today. I'm grateful for my body. So just one kind of sentence that they can think of to help them center themselves into the yoga practice and maybe come back to that thought throughout the time. So another thing that I encourage is getting the body a little bit stretched out and physical, encouraging some physicalness. So doing some head rolls, do head rolls to the right, head rolls to the left, shoulder rolls, and then also standing up and stretching the whole body. So from the tippy toes to the fingertips. Once they've gotten warmed up a little bit, you can actually start jumping right into the poses. So what I've done is take some traditional yoga poses and reframe them as animals. That way we engage the children a little bit more in making this a fun activity for them. So the yoga poses, the traditional name of the pose I've put in parentheses there for you if you're familiar with yoga poses. If you're not, it's okay. I've provided a picture there as well. And if you want more examples, you can find many online. So they start out in the tiger pose. Moving into cow pose. Bear pose, crocodile, so stretching out the whole body, hippo pose, which is a nice relaxing pose. I often encourage children to use hippo pose in between other poses if they feel themselves getting tired. Seal pose. Elephant pose. And flamingo pose. So flamingo you'd want to do on both sides. So if you start out with your right leg pulled up, then you would want to switch to the left leg to really balance out the body. And you can move through these poses very slowly if your child's up for it, helping them connect to their breath while they're in each pose. And like I said, you can also cycle through them multiple times, incorporate other poses. And at the end, it's also important, just like warming up, that we wind down. So allowing your child to really embrace this moment. So lying back, stretching the body out again, bringing to mind that positive statement that they brought forth at the beginning of the practice or intention, and just reminding themselves of what that was. Encouraging that deep breathing again. And then giving themselves a hug and congratulating themselves for doing something for themselves today. It's a really great way to help children learn some skills that they can use when they're not in a really heightened state or emotional, so that they can use these when those times come up that they really need them. So hopefully these poses were helpful for you and gives you and your child a tool for something that they can use when they need it. Thank you.